안녕하세요. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of my channel, and today I am back with another real talk. And today, as you can see, I have wear sleeveless so that you can see this. I'm not very sure if you guys know what I'm gonna talk about today, but today I am going to talk about self-acceptance, because everybody struggles with it once in a while, right? The reason why I decided to talk about this week is because Naughty came back from his long trip. We kind of wanted to change our lifestyle. What we decided over last week is because of some stuff we've been facing in life, we decided to change our lifestyle a bit. So we started to sleep early. We decided to eat healthy. Eat healthy in the sense that, because I have been eating very unhealthily. I only eat like one meal a day, and in the morning I wake up, I just drink coffee, and then I just eat nonsense until dinner, then eat a lot. So that's very bad. And then we decided to also go out on dates, because I think in a relationship itself it's very important to still be able to, you know, court each other, but not to anyone's surprise. When you get married and you get into like the routine of life, you kind of forget. So this week itself, we kind of like recalibrate everything again. So we decided to go on a date. So today we just came back from a date. And I just wanted to film this because I feel that throughout the week, I have been learning a lot about what it means to sort of accept yourself for who you are. So basically, to start off, I once again will split it into 3 different parts on how I sort of journeyed through self-acceptance, like in my life, okay? What is self-acceptance? I just sort of Google it up, and self-acceptance is kind of defined as the whole word of accept is just like being okay with who you are. And being okay with who you are means the positive sides and the negative sides. And what I realized about humans is we are okay to, of course, accept the positive sides, but the negative sides, sometimes we struggle a lot with it. Today, I wanted to talk about how did I bring myself to accept myself. What really brought me to this week's episode is because, I mean, I always try to put a reason to things that can't happen just so that I can survive within myself, but I don't know if you're like that, I'm like that, okay? Because of that, I felt like a very strong need to like talk to Naughty when he came back. And my period came and I was kind of like sad, depressed, or you might say, I'm not very sure, y'all. I was just kind of like sad about it and stuff. So there was this one day, before my emotions run out of control, I decided to talk to Naughty, and I was like, okay, hey, you know, are you okay like to have a talk? So we decided to talk, and then I just told him about how I feel. And then if you remember this post, I posted it because I felt that that night he taught me a really important lesson. He went through his own depression, and he sees himself in me at that night when I couldn't accept myself for who I was. So I've been learning a lot, trying to accept the fact that plans don't always work. But I think that night, I kind of learned from him that I have to sort of accept the me who planned and didn't work out. And even the plan didn't work out, it wasn't anyone's fault, and most importantly, it wasn't my fault also. Because I think, even though I accepted that things don't go my way, I think I couldn't really accept myself that I couldn't make it work. So with that, I wanted to start off with my main topic of today is, how do I accept my body? This is the reason why I did this. I'm disgusting, I'm sorry, okay? I know if you guys are watching this video, you'll be like, huh, what fat she have? She got nothing, you know, look at me, I'm even fatter and stuff. Guys, stop, okay? If you're thinking about that, stop. Because honestly, I still struggle with it, but I always try to snap out of that thought as fast as it comes to me because of the experiences I have. Don't slam me, okay? I don't think I'm fat, but I do once in a while feel fat, like fatter than someone else next to me, because you know, we're in a Korean society, everyone's skinny, and look at my armpit fat. I have armpit fat. Where was I? I remember as a kid, I was a really good eater. Like, I love food. Anybody can feed me anything and I will just eat it because I just like food, as you can see from my mukbangs, right? I think as a young kid, I ate a lot. And obviously, as a parent, you just let your kid eat a lot if they eat a lot, right? Because it looks cute, it looks cute. Can you imagine little me trying to eat a lot? And I really ate a lot. I became really big, okay? I remember when I was in primary 4, basically I was 10 years old and I remember I was in class and there was just this one guy that I kind of liked, and because everybody else liked him as well, so I FOMO, so I couldn't not like him, and I was 10, okay? I was 10. What happened was, I think as kids, we don't really know how to control our words, and at the time I told you I was big, right? I was big. I think I had a trauma from that time because he was kind of like telling me I was fat, and then he called me Fat Jeanette. I can never forget his face, okay? He always calls me Fat Jeanette. And I was 10, and can you imagine how much that hurt me? I mean, especially when I liked him, you know, as a young kid. Oh my gosh, silly Jeanette when he was young. At that point of time, I started to compare myself and my weight to all the other girls around me. That was when my eyes really opened to the difference between fat and skinny. I'm not sure if that's what the society tries to teach us, but I believe that it's a problem that a lot of youngsters struggle with, and I'm sure a lot of girls struggle with it as well. And maybe you had that kind of trauma as a kid that lasted you this long, okay? I was 10, I'm 29 now. I still remember it. It's still so clear in my mind, okay? He sort of like verbally bullied me or something like that. I wasn't angry or anything. I kind of just took it in. It made me really sad, and because of that, I immediately went on like a, I don't know what was diet at that point, but I only know that exercise will make you slimmer. So I really exercised a lot and I ate really little. If you want to know how extreme it was, I was kind of overweight. I remember I was overweight. So that's when I really felt like I had to just reduce the number that I saw on the weighing scales. I definitely ate lesser. I made sure I did 100 sit-ups every single day, okay? Until I was so damn good at it, okay guys? I was so good at it. It felt like nothing, and I could do like 200 easily also. I think I was so crazy over it. I think I lost 10 kg. Like really, I literally lost 10 kg. There were many times whereby I fainted also because of malnutrition and stuff like that, and I thought, I mean, looking back right now, looking at the old Jeanette, I just feel like very sad that she has to go through that kind of things. After I went to secondary school, like I was really slim. I remember I was like 40-ish kg and then I was like 150 plus cm. So basically I was slim. Of course, you gain popularity and stuff because you're kind of like the it girl. And then I think because of that, I felt like, oh, being skinny makes you popular. I think that's what a lot of things in the world try to tell you today also. But I felt like there was a very distorted thinking. Of course, you don't want to be too, you don't want to put on too much weight that it affects your health, but I think I was too slim. And if you ask my cousins will be like, hey, you anorexic, are you anorexic? Like, I literally just struggled so much with my weight loss. At that time, I didn't really know what self-acceptance was, of course. When I moved on to secondary school, I could accept myself because at the time I was skinny and I was forcing myself to be skinny. So I thought like, hey Jeanette, why don't you just join a sport so that it will force you to exercise so that you will not gain so much weight. On the contrary, because I was in badminton, okay, I was like an athlete for at least 8 years, but I started playing badminton when I was 13, and I thought like, hey Jeanette, you know, cause you're exercising, you won't gain weight. So I ate like nobody's business, and every single year I gained 5 kg, okay? So I graduated at 16 with a weight of at least 55, okay? I wish I could go back to 55 right now, but that's not the point. My definition of self-acceptance wasn't really what it's supposed to be, and I believe that a lot of girls at their age still struggle. I mean, of course, right now people still struggle because of social media, right? Obviously, I realized that I wasn't the kind that I can eat and just be skinny. So I started to lose weight again. But this is where the second part comes, whereby I have a sister, my second sister. She is 3 years younger than me, and at that time, she also struggled with self-acceptance and her body. She was struggling, I was struggling. My home became like a competition ground. Every single lunch, every single dinner, when we sat together for a meal, it became like hell for every single member of my family, except for maybe my younger sister, because she's too young, right? Every time there is food on the table, both of us will always look at each other like nunchi, no nunchi, whether who will eat more or who will eat less. And if I eat less than my second sister, I'll feel better. If she eats less than me, I will feel so freaking pissed. Like, I remember it was so bad that I walked away from the table many times. My sister skipped dinner many times, and we just was not on very good terms because of our weight. It was just a very bad energy in the house always, and looking back once again, it's really very sad because we can never have a happy family meal because of the food that's on the table. And I remember there was this one time we fought so much that we don't even want to talk to each other, okay? Like, I cried. I remember there was this one time she kept talking to me like, Jay, why you do this to me and stuff. I just kept quiet, and I was so frustrated inside. Why can't she eat more? And you know, looking back right now, it looks so stupid and sounds so silly, but yeah, that's what happens when you're a kid and you don't really know what self-acceptance is, or nobody teach you what is it. Our relationship was really sour and it was really bad up until I went into junior college. And we went our separate ways, like we go into different schools. And I think I went into another bigger problem of my life, which is having a problem with relationship lah. That's when I totally snapped out of this like weight comparison thing. But this second phase of calling myself fat and struggling with all this thing, yeah, I just felt like it's just really sad that I couldn't learn it at that point. Once again, I moved on without truly understanding what is self-acceptance. I basically just had another bigger problem to deal with lah. Last but not least, thirdly, when I entered Singapore Airlines. I was 23 if I'm not wrong. I didn't really struggle with my weight anymore because I think over the years I came to know Christ, and I learned a lot about how God fearfully and wonderfully made us, how He accepts us for who we are, and my mind opened a lot to accepting myself, but not really accepting my body yet, okay? I guess accepting your weight kind of thing is like a journey that every girl has to go through. I'm not saying that boys don't go through, I'm sure you do also, but it's just a big majority of girls still go through it because of comparison in the society and stuff. If you have flown on SQ before, a lot of girls are very slim. Everyone in my batch was like underweight, okay? So everyone looked so slim and they never had to worry about gaining weight, okay? They eat so much, they eat way more than me, I think. But their BMI is always like 18, 19, and here I am trying so hard to maintain below 22, okay? Even though I didn't struggle with like fighting with weight and stuff like that, I had to lose a fair bit of weight just to enter Singapore Airlines. And throughout the 3 months of training in SQ, I struggle with it every day. I eat really little. It's very stressful, and I had to take my weight every week because I'm just basically a bigger girl. I'm not like skinny like my friends and stuff. That is kind of like the self-acceptance that I had to struggle with my own body, okay? So if you're watching this video right now, I would think that you do struggle with your weight also, and honestly, I still struggle with my weight. However, like I mentioned previously in this video, whenever the thought comes to me, I'm very quick to like snap out of it because I just think it's not healthy. And the thing is, if you keep like letting the thought come to you, it will come to you because you are the only one that can control your mind and your own thoughts. About these 3 phases in my life, even though it was a very slow journey up to here, learning what self-acceptance is in terms of my body shape, I think learning to accept myself for not being able to follow my plan and that's not my fault really rang in me throughout this whole week, and that's the reason why I wanted to share with you guys through the video. You are not fat, okay? You're beautifully and wonderfully made by God, and of course, keeping healthy is the way to go, but I always believe that if you have a healthy mind, you will have a healthy body, okay? Today's video is really honestly just about sharing what it means to accept who you are. And if you're watching this video and you struggle with self-acceptance, be it at work, your childhood, your past, your friends, your relationship, or just really whatever in life, just know that this is who you're meant to be, and whatever you have been through made you who you are today. And that's the reason why you're here watching this video, to hear that, you know, it's just okay to be who you are. And once again, 사랑합니다, 다들. Thank you once again for being in this space. I really want to cultivate a climate of being real and being open and stuff. And I know that not many people, not everyone that watches like my mukbang and stuff will resonate with this kind of video, but I just feel the need to speak for the voices that are silenced in this world of pretense. Okay. I just hope that, yeah, you will know that it's okay. It's really okay to not be okay. You just have to love you for who you are. And I will see you in the next Real Talk episode. Bye!